Whoa.
Hey everyone, this is Living Dead Gal and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Welcome to the channel if you are new. Today we are back in Create a Sim and I am actually doing this as part of a CAS collaboration with my dear friend and fellow Simmer and YouTuber MisticalRavensSim. She and I have actually done a collaboration before in the past. We both made like witches or sorceresses. We did like sort of a dark versus light, so I made like an evil witch and she made a good witch, and they kind of like complemented each other, and that was really fun. And today we're doing this collab really just like for fun. We decided to give each other parameters for how we wanted to design a sim. So basically, if you've ever seen any videos where people do like Twitter makes my Sims and people will go and do a poll on Twitter and like vote on eye color, hair color, that kind of stuff. It's sort of our version of that, just, you know, between the two of us. So we each gave each other a list of traits or features that the sim had to have in order to meet the parameters. And then basically you take that list and you design a sim from there. So the parameters, I'll list them out that Missy gave me, are that the sim has to be tall, she has to have short black hair, blue eyes, she needs to be curvy, have piercings and tattoos, have light makeup, which I loosely followed, sorry Misty, be a more of like a conservative style during the daytime, but like a wilder side during the nighttime. And I also kind of took some liberties with that, but I really like the contrast of how that turned out, and I'll go into that later. Have a fair complexion, and give her a birthmark or some kind of defining mark. So for Serendipity, who's the sim you see here, and that's actually the name that Missy had suggested, so I kept with Serendipity, and then I just rolled the dice and found Sellers. I liked the two S's, that's how my name is. I like double S, that's my thing. Anyway, so for Serendipity, I had a little bit of trouble with the birthmark portion because for all of the skin detail CC, all the tattoo CC, everything I have, I just could not find anything that was like a birthmark. So what I ended up doing is I picked this skin detail, which I picked it because I thought it looked really good on her, and it's actually a more like realistic skin detail than what I normally go with, but I really liked it on her. I think I'm like slowly moving towards like more and more hyper realistic Sims, so I'll be curious to take a look at like my Sims from a year ago versus like my Sims by the end of this year and see what the difference is. But anyway, so the second reason I picked this skin detail is, and you cannot see it right now unfortunately because I'm picking out her hair at this point in the video, but there's sort of like a little like indentation in the chest area, almost like a little like, it's like a very faint like mark or indentation, and I really loved that about this skin detail. And that's what I love about the more realistic ones, is that you have like these sort of defining details that like can really give your sim their own identity. And so that's why I chose this skin detail. So I know it's not like a super obvious birthmark or anything like that, but I thought it was kind of an interesting, you know, just like a little indentation in her chest, like in her skin, that I thought was kind of cool. And then I also just gave her like a few like freckles and moles on her face, to also kind of like boost that a little bit more, just to kind of make up for the fact that I didn't have anything that was specifically like a birthmark. I did look into giving her like, I have some tattoos that like resemble scars, and I thought about that, but for the sim that I'm having Misty make, one of my parameters was actually to have her give that sim a scar, so I didn't want to go that route with Serendipity here because I wanted our Sims to like be different. So that was kind of, you know, the loose part of that. You'll see as I style her, I did the piercings. I also gave her like the Monroe piercing, sort of as like a beauty mark kind of thing. So that was like my last little nod to having like a birthmark or a defining mark. And for her tattoos, I was thinking about maybe giving her like just like have her like completely tatted up. But then I thought about it and I was like, well, maybe I'll have her tattoos be a little bit more like hidden, because of this sort of like dual style that she has of being like a little more covered up during the day and a little bit more flirty and fun at night. So the only one that's like super visible all the time is like the double armband one, but I just thought that was cool for her. I liked that. And then for her style, I was trying really hard to like look at like a couple of different like more conservative shirts and things like that, but it wasn't really vibing with me. And I think I was like getting too in my head about her being like covered up and conservative during the day. So I ended up going with like a little bit more of like a like pinup, like retro looking, like rockabilly kind of style, not fully, but sort of in that vein. And I also did a lot of red and black for her. That's kind of like my default. Those are my favorite like color pairings, and I wear a lot of red and black. I have a lot of red and black at my house. And so I ended up kind of going with that vibe for her because I thought it really suited her darker hair. And she actually, honestly, like, as I was making her, I'm like, she would be really cool for like a Black Widow challenge. But for her personality and her backstory as I was styling her, what I was thinking for her is that she would be a writer. And so she has the creative trait. I end up giving her her traits at the end. She has the creative trait. And then I also made her romantic because I think she'd definitely be like very flirty, and I think she'd have lots of boyfriends, lots of girlfriends, lots of people in her life. But she's also non-committal. I don't think she wants to be tied down to anyone. So that's kind of like my vision for Serendipity, and her, you know, just a little insight into her personality. I don't have like a full fleshed out backstory for her. Sometimes I do that in CAS, and sometimes I like go in and play with the sim a little bit and get to know them, and then I develop like a little bit more of a backstory. Let me know in the comments below how you guys think about your sims. Like, do you come up with a backstory for your sims, you know, before you even hop into CAS? Do you do it as you're creating the sim, or do you like to go in and play the game and then kind of develop it from there? Sometimes I'll do it, you know, I've done it all three ways before, you know, and there's no right or wrong. It's all fun, right? But I'd love to hear from you guys what, you know, your process is. So, anyway, getting back on track to this. So as far as like the rest of her style, I think I kept it pretty conservative for her formal wear and for her cold weather wear, iffy on the hot weather wear, but really when I did like the more like flirty side was her party wear and her swimwear and her sleepwear. So I had a lot of fun with this. If you're, you know, feeling uninspired in CAS or want to change, definitely do this with one of your friends. Just give each other a list of like ideas for a sim and then go in and kind of make a sim based on those parameters, because you might come out, you know, with a sim that you would never normally have created yourself, and it's a lot of fun. And I know that I gave Missy some tricky parameters with hers, so I'm really excited to see her video. I have seen a sneak peek at what her sim looks like, and she's very cool. So definitely check out, I will leave a pinned comment with a link to Misty's video, and I will also give you a link to her channel in my video description box. She is MisticalRavensSim, amazing simmer, very good friend, and she built the house that is in my Crybaby Whim series, if you've seen that. But definitely check out her channel, lots of amazing builds, CAS videos, and let's plays. And if you like decades challenges, she has a really awesome decades challenge series, as well as like a build series where she's kind of building up the world for like each decade. So definitely check her out and show her some love. And you know, major shout out to her for doing this with me, just like really like truly just for fun. You know, I was like, let's do another collab, and we decided to do this. She came up with the idea, so lots of fun, helping me feel creative again. And it was nice because I've been pretty sick. I apologize if I sound nasally, but I've been like pretty sick, and literally all I have been doing is watching like Temptation Island. I've I work remote full-time. I work and then I would watch Temptation Island at night. That is literally all I did the past week because I've been so sick. And so this weekend I just wanted to get into Sims and play, and it was nice to just kind of have this fun, creative CAS assignment to mess around with. And I really, really like how Serendipity turned out. And I actually may end up using her for a video that I'm contemplating doing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. It's a little bit out there and a little bit weird. That's all I'll say about that, but I may or may not bring her into that video as like a guest star because I think it would be kind of cool, but we'll see if I end up doing that or not. It would be kind of a strange one. But sorry to be mysterious. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here because my voice is, you know, I'm a little bit better, but I'm still trying to recover, and my voice is starting to go out on me at this point. So thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely do check out Misty's part of the collaboration, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. It lets me know that you like this kind of content, and it'll let you know, whenever I upload a video so you can see in the future. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me